Hey, what's up? It's me, LA, pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. In light of everything that's going on today, be it that I had it on CNN, C-SPAN 1, 2, 3, 4, all the way to 10 today, because I just like to listen to the adults quarrel and bicker and backbite. Now, that may be contradictory to what I have to say when some people know that I don't like gossip. I don't prefer it on most levels that most people gossip on, but when it comes to like the political aspect of it, I know a lot of it is just tooth and nail for ratings, although some of that gossip is too. However, when people on CNN, C-SPAN, Fox News, Fox Friends, etc., and even the TV show comedians go into it, it's just a funnier spin that I feel more comfortable with digesting mentally and even spiritually, especially if I had to fall asleep to some type of gossip. If I had to fall asleep to some gossip, it would be something along the lines of that. Not saying that I'm entirely super smart just because I say I like to watch all these things. I just do. They are very entertaining, opposed to listening to like soap opera gossip and things of that nature constantly. Having said that, I was just loafing around because my husband, I went for a walk, I got really tired. He made me a nice little pallet in my room, and I was like, well, before my head hits the pillow, I want to turn on the TV. And lo and behold, it was one of those channels. Having said that, I woke up from my nap, yawn, and I saw that the verdict came across about our dear beloved Bill Cosby. I've been wanting to talk about this whole Me Too movement for a long time, but I just never felt it was the right time to do so. However, I found the right time to do it today. I'm not sure how long this video will allow me to record, but I do feel more comfortable talking to you on my desktop computer, to which my loving husband bought me because my other one is gone to meet its maker 3 years ago. Trying to stay on subject. What I mean by the Me Too movement, seeing the verdict with Bill Cosby and so on and so on, it broke my heart. I'm just gonna be real with you. A lot of people are like, oh, don't sympathize with them, but just remember, coming from my point of view, just hear what I'm have to say, and I'll do the best I can to remember everything I had thought about up to this point. I really didn't want to rehearse it. I just wanted it to be as real as possible, and I feel really comfortable talking about it now. So when I woke up, I saw that the verdict was in that Bill Cosby was proven guilty for all of the alleged things that he's done. Now, I would like to say this. I still feel sorry for him, being number one, he is Bill Cosby. Number two, because he's so old now. He's like 1,000 years old, and I don't mean that in a disrespectful way. And now he's gonna be probably facing jail time for the rest of his life, being that all the things that he's alleged to have done, which is a lot, is stacked up against him. I know some people are like, throw the book at him, he deserves it. He's going to jail, and then most people are thinking, so well, he's probably going to go to a Martha Stewart jail, or a jail where famous people go, so who cares? It's hard to say, honestly. If I knew exactly which prison he was going to, and I knew for myself that he was going to go to a prison that looked like a retirement home, I wouldn't feel so scared for him. I really wouldn't. But being that he's African American and he's a part of this new whole Me Too wave, and everything on top of him is he's the poster child for it, I'm scared for him. If he was way younger, I wouldn't be feeling so empathetic, because I'm like, in a few years, like OJ, he'll be out and bada boom, hey, here we go. I feel sorry for OJ too, but he was younger when he faced some time. Bill Cosby is different. They're saying he's losing his sight. If he is, that sucks too. If he's not, okay. But regardless of the fact, it's the age differential that I'm dealing with that I don't feel comfortable about. Number two, he's the poster child for all this, so they're gonna try to make this the most. So when the next person gets sentenced for the same dang thing, and probably more viable proof and everything, his sentence will be lighter, unfortunately. For the women who were victimized in that, the ones who were for real, the women who were victimized during the time of coming across Bill Cosby, and that's who I'm only talking to now, I do feel sorry for you, because being in a situation like that has to suck. And being in a situation where you were not believed when you told these people 30 years ago that this happened, and to not be believed and to have to suppress all that and then try to go on and live your life is the pits. Because not every woman can get over something like that like other women can. Some women can, that's good, and they probably weren't in that courtroom. But the ones who couldn't, it's another story, and I feel sorry for them. I feel sorry for them as a whole, but some women just can't get over that stuff. They may try, but you know, you gotta know when that's done to you, or a violation happens, it's gonna alter the rest of her life for forever. So you have to keep that in mind. Also, saying that too, for the women who did speak up, good job. For the women who spoke up and no one believed them, shame on you. Look what's happening now. For the women who are jumping on this Me Too bandwagon and who went into the situation with Bill Cosby during their day and age, back in their day, openly knowing that this man was the type of man who loved to be with women in that way, and you went in full throttle knowing and agreeing to maybe participate in some of those activities, but are now just jumping on the bandwagon for notoriety. Shame on you, because this is someone's life on the line. And for any woman now who has been in the situation, who's over it, forgave the person, forgave yourself, but now see that there could be possible dollar signs for you, so you want to get on the bandwagon for financial purposes or to be famed, you know, for notoriety. Shame on you, because you just don't do stuff like that. Who cares? This man is rich. You still don't do stuff like that. You don't backtrack and try to jump on something that you're over just to get something out of it, especially if it comes in the form of slandering somebody. Now, I have another point of view on this situation here with Mr. Bill Cosby. Let's just say all this stuff happened. I'm just talking, trying to be as mutual as possible to make sure I'm getting all my point across. This helps me too to kind of just purge and vent on how I feel, because I know there are people who are watching. This is soothing for myself. For Bill Cosby, if he did do those things and he is, we know, was sorry, you know, sometimes guys, they go through, live life. He was the fame man, he was the it man, so you know how that goes. If he wasn't married or anything, he's gonna, you know, roam the fields and, you know, sow his royal oats. So it's a given, but there comes a point in time when the man do realize he got to slow down. Some guys know how to control this, some guys don't. Some guys just don't want to. So let's just say he realized after he slowed down and got married, or this stuff was happening while he was married, but really it was serious. Finally, he decided to really settle down in his marriage for himself. And he decided to go back and recollect on all the things he'd done and all the women he hurt, and decides to actually go ask for forgiveness. We don't know that part. Will they ever tell that part? Will they tell it while he's alive or after the fact? Let not this be an after the fact situation. We don't know if he actually came to and decided to have a change of heart and ask for forgiveness. We don't know that. All we know is what they're telling us thus far. But let's just say that he wanted to change. We don't know if he changed after all those years or not. Let's just say he did, and he did reach out, you know, try to reach out to some of these women. Did some of them forgive him? Yes or no? If you did, good job. If you had the opportunity, to the females, if he reached out to you asking for forgiveness and such, a sincere apology, not money to keep your mouth shut, but a real apology, and you weren't in the place to be so forgiving. I can't say shame on you, that's just something you have to deal with, but just acknowledge the fact that he did try. And if it's your MO to run him under the bus because he should pay for what he did for ruining your life, that's how you feel, but at the same time, that's still wrong. Even though I know you want justice, you know, do you feel in your heart that he changed? Really? But if he haven't, I understand exactly where you're coming from. Saying that to say, ladies, if you're in a situation and you're in an abusive relationship, I was, and you finally got out and you forgave yourself first, good for you, because that's hard. Getting out is the hardest thing, and then forgiving yourself is also hard, and then forgiving the person who hurt you can be hard too. Well, I've done all those things, and I'm not saying that with pride or arrogance or anything. You know, I got out, I forgave myself, I forgave that person, and to my knowledge, I forgave everybody who I told that I needed help and they didn't believe me because they thought otherwise. I forgave them too. If I didn't go tell them in person, I'm saying it now, but hey, I forgive you for those people who didn't believe me, who thought I was crazy for saying the things when I needed help. That's okay. I'm over it. And so saying that to say, from my point of view, my only concern now, if that person who abused me in that bad relationship have not changed and is doing that to the next person, yes, I want vindication. That will be the only reason. If that person is still out there hurting the next female, then yeah, no holds barred. That's how I can relate to the Bill Cosby thing. I don't know the whole story with these women, but I can speak from experience. So if he's still out there, Bill Cosby's still out there, and he was still doing all that stuff to the women to this day, yeah, you need to go to jail, because apparently you thinking you still can get away with it, and that's that. But if you have forgiven yourself and your track record shows that for real, then I see no reason to do that. I just pray that these women, the people now that the Me Too movement has been unearthed, I am very thankful for. But please, male or female, this is just not a female thing, because men have been abused too. Men and women, boys and girls, now that we have the Me Too movement, do not abuse it, okay? Because now people will start listening to you. So make sure when you're in a situation, you know exactly what you're getting into. If you don't feel comfortable doing something, bow out gracefully before you get in too deep to lead that person on, because that can make someone very angry. If you say you want to be involved with them in some certain type of actions and you get there and lead them on, they may not know how to turn it off as fast as you can. Keep that in mind. So you're really playing with fire. Don't play the rape card just to save your face when you volunteered yourself to be with that person in an intimate way. Don't be a coward. Own it. Just remember, be thankful for the Me Too movement, everyone, but don't abuse it now that the light is shining down on you. Be aware what you're getting into. Start being aware of the signs of knowing what an abusive relationship is. Know yourself. Know your boundaries. If you're a wild child running in the fields, fine. Own it. It's okay. Just live with the fact that one day all the stuff you did and done probably will come out. So just own it now, so when it do, you're comfortable with saying, yeah, I did it. Yeah, that was me. That was me in the past, but that's not me now. because people will use that against you. Famous people, hey, you know, in light of the Me Too movement, now that the light is shining down on the people, the victims, you guys be careful too. Have some respect for these people who you think may be beneath you. Just because you're famous don't mean you have the right to throw that celebrity around and think that a couple grand, $1 million is going to keep somebody quiet, because they're playing the game differently now. They'll tell you, yeah, and turn around and tell on you. Now you out money and now you've been exposed. So just make sure the person you're messing around with is really that type of person who really gets down that way and don't care, because I just don't want people hurt. You know, it's just terrible how these people are taking the fall. Men and women are taking the fall. People, just be respectful of people. Know yourself, live your life. If that's what you like to do, own it. You're gonna be getting humiliated. It goes both ways. It goes both ways. So if any of you people who are involved in this stuff are lying, I just want everybody to be better. I just want everybody to be happy and be themselves, comfortable in it and who you are. Just be thankful that the movement is here. Please don't abuse it, because remember that story on the boy who cried wolf. Eventually it'll just go backwards. We don't want to go backwards. We're moving forward in all this. Men, women, and children, this is a good time now in your lives where people are going to be listening to you now. It's okay to have a shaky voice when you have to tell somebody something important that you're scared you might get in trouble. There's nothing wrong with having a shaky voice. Just tell it. Just know you're not alone in the situations that you may be in now. That's what the oppressor wants you to feel like if you're in an abusive relationship, like you don't have anyone, and it will feel like that. Believe me, I'm living proof of that. And as years go on, I'll be able to tell more, but right now I'm keeping it disclosed. You aren't alone in this. Best believe there is someone out there. Utilize your YouTube platform too. Type in some topics and you'll see how many things come up and how many people who are following that specific topic and commenting. Use YouTube. Facebook's awesome too. So with technology, there's a lot more ways to get help, to also see that you're not the only person going through that same thing. It's okay to feel humiliated and everything like that too, because that's part of the human feelings. Just walk through it still, and just know that you are loved. You're not dumb, you're not stupid, you're not a loser. Everyone's not gonna hate you. And just know that too, there are some people who have done things to you that they really do regret. They may be sincere about it. So make sure you forgive yourself first. Get out of that relationship. Forgive yourself first. Then, you know, start forgiving everyone else. It really helps. It really do help you see things clearly, because this world isn't perfect. That's why these things happen. Sometimes you go through life thinking you did the best you could, so why would this thing happen to me? Me, I'm a good person. That's life. It really is. That's life, because this world is not perfect. So remember that. Even the most worst things can happen to the most bestest of people. And until the world gets perfect, that's the state we're going to be in. But for your own being, please forgive yourself. At least take it from there. You have to forgive yourself, and the rest will fall into place. And that's how I feel about the Me Too movement. Don't abuse it now that we've got it. Use it to your advantage if you're in a situation and you need to get out. But don't use it to be hurting people because you just want payback. Because see all this I'm doing, all that attitude, pride and crap. Don't Don't hurt nobody like that, because it's going to really hurt you in the end more than it hurts the person who got convicted and don't even need to be in jail anymore. Once again, I'm thankful for the people who got justice. Congratulations, you beautiful women and men who got the justice that you rightfully deserved, and it helps you feel some type of restoration into the justice system. That's very good, because it's needed. Some people just need those types of things to move on. Even if they have forgiven themselves, they need more to believe in. So 3 cheers for the justice system. 1, 2, 3. Everything in and of about the justice system is not bad. I'm thankful for the justice system. I'm thankful for police, firemen, authoritative figures, because if we had none of them, this world would be worse than what it is. So you have to keep that in mind too. Not all police are bad. Not all justice system people are bad. Not all races of people. Not one set of races, not one set of race of people are bad. Keep that in mind, and I'm making sure I'm saying everything. As far as the Bill Cosby thing, I'm scared for those reasons, because he's so old now. And if he allegedly deserves to get what's coming to him, I just pray the best for him. Also, I still like the Bill Cosby show. Please keep in mind that, just try to separate the fact that, I might have to make this a 2-part video. Separate the fact from the Cosby show, which is fantasy, and Bill Cosby that you see now. Because I love the Bill Cosby show because it's a good, wholesome show. Leave it at that. Glean from the Cosby show all of the good qualities that you want in your life to be. Don't just magnify yourself on, oh, we lost a hero, we lost another black man, another role model. Turn around and look in your neighborhood and find somebody, because I bet you there's a single black father out there raising children who's just as good. Quit crying all the time because we lost somebody that you think we lost. Take what you got and make it work. The Bill Cosby show is awesome. Buy the whole set. Watch it because it's still positive. Remember, he was acting anyways. That's just like you going out watching the Martin Lawrence show and getting mad because in real life he's boring. He's an actor / comedian. He did his job well. Shut up. Buy the show. Don't deal with them in real life. Come on, people. 2 + 2. Ha! 2 + 2 is 4, not 9. Don't get mad at the celebrities if they're not who you thought they would be. They are actors and actresses, paid to do what they are asked to do. Act. 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 Get off their backs. Leave them alone. Comments below. Like, share, subscribe. Comments below. Like, share, subscribe. It's me, Elay. Pronounced like LA, like the city. I'm not from there, but I'm breezy. Just coming to you as peaceful as possible on a touchy subject of the Me Too movement. These are my thoughts, how I feel. I'm going really slow to make sure I've gone over everything. This is for myself. Mainly, it's like a purge to know that these things I'm feeling are finally out there into the universe. So this has helped me too. Don't abuse the Me Too movement, y'all. Use it while it's here. Respect authority. Not all of them are bad. Love yourself. Forgive yourself. I make mistakes every day. I will continue to make mistakes every day because this world is not perfect and nothing in it will ever be.